When you had that wood bat and hit it off the handle, it just went boom. When you hit it with an aluminum bat, you could hit it off the handle and still maybe bounce it through the infield. You know, it's just so much different if you didn't hit it.
I remember hitting a ball at Darts Park. If that park had a short left field, and your eyes were licking your chops as you were facing Barry Olson and who was that old left-hander? Norm, the old left-hander
Norm
over there
Brown.
at Norm Brown. And I remember hitting the ball below the label and it squeaking one out, and you don't even feel like you should take it.
Yeah, but you did you?
Absolutely.
Well, the Legion is 0-8, and I looked down their schedule, and I really only see the possibility of one win there, unless there's a big upset. They do play New Richland.
And we did have a changeover in baseball coaching here in Waseca. We haven't hired a new one yet, but we have an opening, and I don't know if I'd be looking down the road if I were that person. I'd say, well, we got some rebuilding to do, because if Tink can't turn around in the summer, we got problems.
I went to the Legion game Thursday against Otana, and I did sit in the stands for the entire game. There was 28 hits, so both teams were hitting the ball.
Okay.
But there was 10 errors combined. Now these are high school kids, and I counted at least 6 times that Waseca players threw to a base they shouldn't throw. Now granted, their arms were so poor from the outfield that it came right to the cutoff man, but they were trying to cut people down from second on a base hit to right field, and you know, you watch and you pick up the ball and you just say, go to second. There's no way you can cut this guy down, and they'd crank it home and an extra base. So besides being a little below normal in the skills, they're a lot below normal in the mental aspect of the game, and that really makes it tough.
Yeah, that's huge to make plays, and how a game is going to end up or go can be determined on a mental error or what it should do. Does it come down to playing more, with just getting together with kids and playing? I know we've talked this over and over, the amount of times we see kids out on the playgrounds playing. When I first moved to town here, probably 26 years ago, yeah, I'd see somebody down at Clear Lake Park every day, throwing a ball or whipping a ball. But things have changed, and you know, the new movie out, Growing Up. I don't know what it is, the one with Adam Sandler that just came out. It says in there, and his kids are playing video games all the time. He talks about how he used to be, go out and play. Kids don't go out and play anymore. Right. Just create their own games, and now they're playing Nintendo and everything instead of Chutes and Ladders and Candyland and those kinds of things.
And everything is organized now.
Yeah, it is.
There's no, let's grab the 5 neighbors and go out and have a game in the backyard. It's we got camps, we got weight room. I mean, everything is scheduled.
We got a smartphone that tells us our schedule.
Yep.
We got to be okay. Where am I supposed to be?
Everything
It's 8 o'clock. Got to be at Andy's house. Here we go. Okay.
Maybe Ted can give us a review of that movie next week.
Everything is scheduled nowadays. There's no impromptu pickup games.
There's a Mike Nimchek, for those of you who know him, over in Janesville. He has a movie, I think it's called Sandlot, and there's an old type movie with the kids playing out there on the side, you know, and taking fields, and maybe it was an old abandoned field, and you'd mow down a diamond in the middle of it and play ball till dark, and your mom would have to call you in. It's a great movie. It just takes you back to good old days, and it's a feel-good movie, but it's fun to watch. But today, we just got the exercise factor, we just got to get it embedded in them somehow, get them going.
The VFW, they're, I believe, about 3-8, but like we mentioned, that's not a big win-thing level of ball. We're trying to teach them some good fundamentals and basics, and of course their play is up and down.
Yep, but they won 2 in a row there in a doubleheader, so that was a good thing.
And they have, you know, like 3 sophomores that played varsity ball, so they should be a little more competitive this summer.
They should be.
Well, we have to talk about our Twins. They're taking the dive. They're taking the midsummer dive right now. 4 straight losses. They have a starting pitcher that they're thinking of sending down in Blackburn. They have Slowey, who has about a 12-point ERA the last 4 starts.
He had a perfect 3 innings last night. He was 9 for 9.
But
and
the game is 9.
Yeah. That 4th inning kind of came back to bite him in the butt. But I just think playing National League ball like that, where you have to have the pitcher's bat, that's not the Twins style. They need the DH, and without him, you can see that they're just a mediocre team, if at best. But,
Well, it takes Tomey out of their equation completely.
Yep. And then I watched last night, you're talking about kids making wrong throws to bases. Denard Span overthrows a cutoff man, and Mauer tries to block it, and it goes up the line, and nobody's covering home plate. The pitcher's back behind, Slow is back behind home plate, and another run scores, and little things like that. He had a pick-off play. It looked like he had picked off first base, and Morneau just kind of whiffed on the ball, and it goes out in short right field, and the guy gets second the easy way. He didn't have to steal it. So little things going wrong for him right now. But new field, they get back home, and everybody forget all about it, get back to Target Field.
I thought the epitome of the last week was at the end of the game, Gardy took off that hat, just scratched his head, and that's kind of what they're thinking right now.
The epitome for me was watching the guy trying, the Brewers are going to throw trying to walk the guy intentionally and overthrew the catcher. I haven't seen that, I bet, in 40 years, but that was funny to watch. They always said, why don't you just give him first base?
That's what we do in high school, see?
I know.
'Cause we're afraid those kids can't hit the catcher 4 times.
I mean, here's
in
a
row.
pro pitcher, can't throw it to the catcher all the way to the backstop. That was hysterical. But
But the only good thing I can see coming out of this is possibly that I can get a ticket easier later on in the summer. Because I haven't been there yet, and I want to get up there and take a look at that. So that's the only potential positive I can.
I haven't been there either, so you know.
I haven't either, Abe.
Okay. Hey, maybe
None
we
of us
can,
have been there?
Maybe we can head up later on.
We'd have to drink in the no beer section there.
That's right.
Okay. Can't,
Yes.
I wasn't a great believer in Hardy at shortstop, but I'm starting to become more and more a believer the more games he misses.
Well, I'm watching Kandire at third base. He made a heck of a play last night, but he needs to be in right field.
Yeah.
Sorry what that arm he is. We
Yeah.
need him out there.
And Harris got sent down, so
Yeah.
I guess they're going to experiment with Cuddy there for a while.
Valencia, he was hitting the ball. I mean, really. But Punto at short, that doesn't quite bode well. We need to get back to normal.
And I'm sure both of you guys have ordered your tickets for the NBA championship next year. Now that we've had that outstanding draft.
Wesley Johnson, baby.
Wesley Johnson, a beanpole at 6'7".
Yeah, yeah.
A couple of foreigners that we don't know if they'll be playing before 2015.
They'll probably be here and Ricky Rubio shows up. We'll probably
We
get
traded for that guy in Portland for $4.8 million that averages 8 points and 3 rebounds.
Other than that, they're looking okay.
Other than that, the draft really went smooth.
How about, who was the very first Timberwolves to be drafted? Here's a trivia question for you.
I knew that at one time, too.
Because his last name, his first name spelled backwards is Hoop. That's all I remember.
Oh, Pooh.
Pooh Richardson.
Richardson.
Anybody named Pooh, how
Pooh
could you
Richardson,
draft him
that's right.
first?
Was Bill our coach, Musselman? Was he our first
That's
one?
right.
Yeah.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Is he
Hey.
still alive?
No, he died.
Okay.
He, in fact, I know when he died because he was over in Rochester and I was going to visit some friends of mine. He
Okay.
was dying of cancer.
Well, I've made my opinion clear. What did you guys think of the draft?
Well, I didn't follow it a lot. I listened on the radio as I'm heading to my different things in the morning, and they had it laid out, and it sounded like it was going to work out pretty good, but then they went and did something totally different, and there were some people pretty upset, and Sid is getting pretty, he's frustrated when you hear him talk in the morning about what's going on, and so, yeah, it sounds like not a good deal. I guess I didn't follow that close, but I didn't even know some of the names involved there.
Yeah.
So I think another season where, hey, we could get tickets pretty easy there. couldn't
Would you
we?
want tickets? Okay, I can remember when the Purple Rage, they had the indoor arena football over at Mankato, and Don White would come into my class to give tickets away, the kids wouldn't even take them. What do you want to go watch that for?
I would go watch that all the time.
You like the Purple Rage?
For
those of you who don't know it out there.
Indoor football?
At Mankato.
Awesome. We'd always go try to sit where the ball would get knocked out of bounds because you got to keep the ball if it's shot into the stands. That's the only reason I'd go, try to get the ball.
I was asked to be in the chain crew with Mike Muta-King and Gary Von Holtum, and I turned it down because you're on the field. You know, I thought you'd at least be outside the boards or something, but you get those guys come and tackle you, and you get your flag and everything bent halfway through.
You got to be quick standing
Did you hear
there,
the
don't
2-minute
Ted?
warning?
Yeah.
You guys, okay.
Yeah.
That's good, then, Andy. He just comes
Yes,
up
he
with a
does.
new invention every week, doesn't he?
Yeah, I thought I was
That was
drinking.
Macio's idea. He wants you guys out of the house.
Okay, Maceo, we'll get rolling. Well, we got 2 minutes.
Well, any last topics? Safe? Teddy,
Well, the viewers out there, if you want to contact us sometime, you know, you got some
any of us three.
any
we'll be-
topic, yeah, go ahead and give us a ring, and we'll be glad to bring up something and maybe put your name on the air. You know, we can
In
give
the
you,
summer we have time, don't
that's
we,
right.
Ted?
It's time, but we got football coming up pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
We
the
had-
boys are out in South Dakota.
Yep,
So
yep.
they should be coming back today to their camp that they had out in Brookings.
And we just had we had the old Bonanza here in Waseca. We had
Jay
that-
Bonanza.
Yep,
Yep,
our
the
Blue Jay basketball
Bonanza.
Bonanza.
And
Give,
Hafe went.
Kyle Law a little shout out for that home run the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got sleeveless here. Probably didn't notice that. That's for to show off your pipes. For those of you out there that do a little bit of weightlifting, we can put that baby on, and it's looking pretty good now, Hafe.
Ted, I think those will be your new pajamas. Penny, look out.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank everyone for watching this week's edition of the Sports Scoop. A special thanks to Steve and Maceo Anderson for producing the show, to Ted Hammond and Joel Hayford, my fellow stooges, and to you for watching. See you next week.